Have you ever stared into a mirror and felt like something inside it was staring back? Not like a reflection, not like a trick of light, but like it knew you, watched you, waited for you. What if every mirror wasn't a window into yourself, but a door to a version of you that wants out, that wants to take your place, and live your life better than you ever could? This is the story of a family that moved into a house they should have never entered, of a boy who met his reflection and never came back, of a mirror that doesn't show the truth, it replaces it. So turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and whatever you do, don't turn your back to the mirror. We moved into the house in Savannah, Georgia on a rainy Monday in October. It was the kind of move you don't plan. You just feel it. You follow a hunch. You think maybe this is what we need. Something slower, quieter, better. Lillian and I had been together for 12 years, married for 8. And Jamie, our son, had just turned 10. He was a curious, creative kid, always sketching, always building little worlds in his notebooks. The house was beautiful, in an old broken kind of way. Victorian, 3 stories, porch that wrapped around like a ribbon, stained glass windows, squeaky floorboards, and a garden overtaken by time. But it was the hallway mirror that drew our attention first. Massive, fixed directly into the structure above the fireplace. Black carved frame, symbols I didn't recognize, and a reflection that always felt a second behind, like it had to catch up, like it was thinking. There was a clause in the buying contract, just one odd line. Do not attempt to remove damage or cover the main mirror under any circumstances. The realtor waved it off with a smirk. Just some historical preservation stuff, she said. We signed anyway. The first week passed quietly, almost too quietly. Jamie picked the upstairs room with the round window. Lillian spent most of her time in the kitchen, arranging things, humming. And me? I kept finding myself walking past that mirror. At night. In the morning, mid-thought, I'd glance at it and feel like something had just shifted before I arrived, like I'd missed it. Doing something. The first real moment happened on day 9. I came downstairs around 2:30 a.m., couldn't sleep. The house was dead silent. Not a creak, not even wind. At the end of the hallway, Jamie was standing there, barefoot in his pajamas, still as stone. His face was blank, his eyes wide. But in the mirror, he was smiling. Not a child's smile. Something stretched, almost rehearsed. I blinked, startled, and Jamie turned to me. I looked back at the mirror. The Jamie inside it didn't move. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, Jamie had no memory of being up. Said he never left his room. I told Lillian what I saw. She laughed, said I was dreaming. But that same night, I caught her staring at the mirror too. Not looking at herself, looking through it. Little things started happening. Things we tried to ignore, shadows moving the wrong way, whispers in rooms no one was in, Jamie's toys, arranged into strange patterns, always in front of the mirror. And the mirror began to change. Its surface grew darker, heavier. Its reflection looked older, like it wasn't showing us, but the house in another time. And the worst part? Our reflections weren't always doing what we were. Sometimes they watched us. I tried to cover it. Hung a bedsheet with thumbtacks. Covered the entire frame. Next morning, the sheet was folded, neatly on our bed. And the mirror? Spotless. No dust. No smudges. Just waiting. I started researching. Went to the Savannah Historical Society. Asked about the house. The clerk gave me a long, quiet look and said, "That house has had 15 owners since 1955. None of them stayed longer than a year. No one's died there, but no one stays." When I asked about the mirror, her face turned pale. "You saw it?" she asked. Barely above a whisper. I nodded. She leaned closer. "It's not a mirror. It's a copy. A replacement room. It's not meant to show you It's meant to study you. Hey. That night, Jamie screamed in his sleep. We found him, again, standing in front of the mirror. His reflection looked older. Taller. Wrong. He pointed at it and whispered, "That boy says he's going to take me." We locked Jamie's door at night after that, but every morning we found him there, silent, staring, eyes wide. Lillian began acting strange. She wouldn't eat meat anymore. She'd hum songs she didn't know, in languages she'd never heard. One day I asked her, half joking, "Do you remember our anniversary?" She stared at me, confused. "We're not married," and walked away. 5 minutes later, she returned, smiling. "Of course I remember. Why would you ask something like that?" But her reflection wasn't smiling at all. It was watching. I tried to destroy the mirror. Hammer, crowbar, sledge. When I hit it, it didn't shatter. It rippled, like water, and then something moved inside it. A hand, gray, thin, with too many fingers. It reached out, paused, then slid back into the glass. The crack I'd made, gone. We started hearing footsteps upstairs. When we were all downstairs, lights flickered, but only near the mirror. And once, I heard Jamie's voice calling me. From inside the mirror, I found an old journal under a basement floorboard. It belonged to Cyrus Weller, the original builder of the house. He wrote of rituals, of creating a chamber beyond the veil, a mirror room, designed to catch and reflect souls. He called it the reflection room, where the dead perfect themselves before returning to the world. He believed he could replace himself with something better. I think he did. Lillian disappeared 2 days later. No signs of a struggle, nothing missing, just gone. We searched every room, filed a police report, but I knew where she went. She was still in the reflection, smiling, but it wasn't Lillian anymore. I packed, planned to leave with Jamie that night. We never made it. He woke me up, holding my hand. "Daddy, he says you're tired. He says he can be you now." Behind him, in the hallway, 2 Jamies, one in the mirror, one beside me, both smiling. I grabbed Jamie and ran, but the door was gone. The hallway stretched, longer, breathing. The walls pulsed like lungs, and the mirror, now on both sides, and reflected us, hundreds of us, different versions, different lives, all watching, all waiting. I don't remember how I escaped. I woke up in a motel 2 towns over, alone, no Jamie, no Lillian, just me, and mirrors that don't quite match my face. Sometimes, the reflection smiles too soon. Sometimes, it doesn't move at all. And sometimes, I see Jamie behind me. They say mirrors show us who we are, but what if that's not true? What if mirrors show who we could be? Who's waiting to replace us? So the next time you're brushing your teeth or fixing your hair, watch closely. If your reflection ever smiles, before you do, run, because once it's learned enough, it will step out, and you'll take its place, forever.